All right, this is it. Hazel Creek, Bone Valley campsite. Ty is mixing up some kind of a bomb while he's making a toilet. Excellent. Here's our sleeping arrangements for the evening. Ty's going with the Eagle Nest Outfitter hammock. Mind the bear poop. Don't step in that. He's going to be sleeping in here. Looks like a pretty good setup. I chose to go with the Hennessy hammock. This is the Hennessy Hammock Deluxe Explorer ASIM zip type. So it's got a zipper. Pretty nice. Excited about
zipper again.
Huh? Say zipper again. We're pretty close to the water, as you can tell. Beautiful. Should be great. We're the only ones here right now. Got the bear poop. All right, going for our first fish of the trip.
That's right. Who will it be?
I'm gonna go with Doug Jeffries.
Well,
it's 209.
Unfortunate.
It's an unfortunate choice.
That's a poor choice, Mr. Jeffries.
It's 209 on Thursday.
I'm going to trip you.
This is our campsite from the first year.
Yep.
We called it Table Rock. Wasn't level. Put stuff on there, it just rolled down the rock. It was awful.
We found some coyote poop here.
Yeah, that was nice.
What kind of scatologists are there? We have bear poop in our camp.
Scatologist?
Yes.
It almost sounds real.
Fecologists.
Fecologist.
I mean, that's that's better than the common poopologist.
Poopologist.
Got no later.
Look at you. You need me to help you net it? Oh yeah.
I think I got it.
Gotta get that on film. Ty caught a monster. He's pretty though, look at that. That fish hurt himself. It's a rainbow. Oh, did you see that hit? They're hungry. This is Roll Cast City right here. There he, oh, he was on there. This is Hazel Creek, day number 2. It's a good example of what the terrain's like. Already caught my first fish, little rainbow. Alright, I had to come back to camp and do a little minor surgery. See, my front of my shoe came off. I had to do a little rig there to help hold it on. Hopefully that'll hold. We'll see. Okay, my first repair made it about, I don't know, 100 yards. So I'm going with the 2.0 version. It's terrible what you have to do when your waders take a crap. What I caught. So now I'm on the trail, walking back toward the campsite. This is the lonely part because, well, you're alone. And kind of spooky out here too. Nobody around for miles, except Ty. He wouldn't be much help to me right now if I got in trouble. So if you're thinking about coming to Hazel Creek, wear some good shoes, because mine failed a few times today. That's the latest version. Holding on my sole so I can walk on the slippery rocks. But I had the feeling I should get a new pair of shoes because these are 3 years old and the bottom's kind of worn funny and worn thin, so, but I thought, no, one more trip. So now I'm gonna make do and MacGyver my way out of here. But come Saturday night, I know one thing that's going on the campfire. Well, while I'm walking, I thought I would give you a little rundown of how my fishing day went. I was using the Orvis Helios rod and the Hydros 3 reel. Excellent, 5-weight. And I caught pretty much everything I caught on the green weenie today. Earlier I had a stimulator tied on with a Prince Nymph underneath and caught a small rainbow with that rig, and then later on I changed over to just be the green weenie. It's famous in the mountains of Smoky Mountains. Anyway, walking the trail, Hazel Creek. It said back there at the split where I jumped off the little trail onto this big one. I was 1.3 miles from Bone Valley, which is my campground. Didn't sleep so well last night. My Hennessy hammock was just not quite as comfortable as I'd hoped it would be. My stuff wanted to bunch up under me, and then I got cold, so it was just all around kind of a miserable night. Took some cold medicine though, that helped me sleep a little. But anyway, missing my wife this afternoon. Wonder what she's doing. She's probably baking something wonderful. she's a fantastic cook. Yeah. I love it because we can go to a restaurant anywhere and she can try something and say, you know what, I think I can do that. She'll get home and just make it. And it's as good or better than the original, which is fantastic. Wish I had a gift like that. I'm wondering what all my friends and people are doing back at FAM today. I bet they're all working hard, sitting at their desk and wishing they were outside in the wild outdoors. Just kidding. You probably don't want to be out in the wild outdoors. It's mosquitoes and snakes and bears and everything else, but it's kind of fun. That's where the fish are, so that's where you got to go. Less than ideal fishing conditions today. Fishing is closed for the day. Ty thought it'd be a good idea to walk on up 15 miles and see if the water was any more clear. How'd that work out for you?
It wasn't.
Yeah, no, it didn't work out. So
Worked out great for you though.
Worked out great for me because I got to bitch and moan all the way up and then bitch and moan all the way back. But today's our last day at Hazel Creek, and today is pretty much shot because of this little torrent. And now we're hiking out. Not too bad since this is mostly downhill. On the way up, not so much. The creek's come down quite a bit. It went up about 3 feet yesterday because of the rain. Looks clear again. Be a great day to fish. I wasn't leaving. Yesterday kind of sucked. We did this hike, what we're doing right now, which is about, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile or so, half mile, 3/4 of a mile, down the mountain to Sugar Fork campsite, which is right here in front of us. We got in there. Actually, we walked past it a little bit, and then we decided that was too treacherous, so we came back up, got in here, and fished upstream. Didn't realize that the water was rising too fast, so we turned around and climbed out. Morning. So we decided to go up to try to get to where the water was maybe a little more clear, and that didn't work out so well. We walked 1.3 miles up to the split to Cold Spring Trail, and then we walked probably a mile or so past that and realized that the water was just rushing, and the entire time was uphill. We went, I don't know, close to 2,900 feet. Our campsite's at 2,200 feet. So the boat will pick us up at 1,580 feet. So we did some vertical footage over a spread of 5 miles or so. Lakeshore Trail, 4.5 miles. What we have left to go. It's 8:22. So we're going to have to go pretty well. The boat's going to pick us up at 10 o'clock sharp, so they give us about a 15-minute window. Beautiful, isn't it? Gorgeous. So I've got just over an hour and a half to do 4.5 miles. Good news is it's all downhill for the most part. I guess if this place wasn't so hard to get to, everybody would come here. So as much as it's a pain in the ass to hike uphill and push this cartload of shit that I've got to have to be comfortable, it's kind of nice in the sense that not everybody and their brother-in-law is pulling up in a four-wheel drive pickup truck and throwing poles and leaving garbage, everything else. This place is fairly pristine. There are a few yahoos. Our campsite had, the campsite right next to us had, apparently whoever stayed there before had no idea what the leave no trace means that they signed and agreed to do. They left Coleman propane cans and garbage and all kind of shit in the fire. Didn't burn up. I guess they just assumed that the forest fairy would come along and clean up behind them. So I think Ty actually packed some of that stuff up to haul out of here. So he's quite the conservationist. It's a beautiful walk, I tell you that. It's hard not to stop and look for fish. Little pools like that. They get in there out of the current and hang out and wait for food to go drifting by, and they attack. Ty caught the big fish on this trip. Probably 20 inches. Somewhere in that ballpark. It's definitely 18. Got some photos. If I can grab one before I load this video, I will insert one here. It's a fun place to fish, but it's also scary because the water's so clear. Often it's hard to tell how deep it is, and you can step off of a large rock and the water be over your head, which is not good. Especially since the water's, I don't know, 50 degrees maybe. That's dangerous. And of course you're wearing waders, so you fill your waders with 50-degree water. Makes it difficult to swim, to say the least. But I think Ty's about to catch up with me. Here's the second bridge. This is where I saw the bear. And I got that great photo that I'll insert right here. The photo was taken in the fall, more fall than now. It's late September. And that's a really nice pool right there. Just on the other side of it, I was giving myself a little bath, my first trip up here, and a bear was crossing just as I was going back for my clothes. So that was exciting. For the bear, of course. These are beautiful little cascades. Beautiful little cascades. I see a trout. Right there. There's a couple of them. 3 of them. Oh. Nice. On this side, the little cascade you see, that looks like solid rock. And where it's poured in, it's made real deep little divots. So those spots in between those rocks right here, these shelves of rock, are really deep. They're 5 or 6 feet deep. Pretty neat. Say hi, Ty.
Hi, Ty.
Woo! Hey now. That was fun.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I mean, it's on autopilot. I'm just kind of keeping it from rolling me down the hill. I'll give it to you when I see a hill coming.
Okay.
All right.
You already did one.
Well, I thought, you know what? What would be the nice friend thing to do? start out pushing it up that friggin' hill.
Yeah.
So I thought, you went and got the wood, and man, I'm forever grateful. And so I thought, the least I can do is shove this heavy bitch up that hill. Forever is a long time, but since I'm only going to live another, 30 years, optimistically 40, 30's good. I'll say optimistically. My grandfather died. He was in his 90s, so I got a shot.
Yeah.
If I can lay off the bacon. I figure as long as I'm doing something like this pretty often, fairly healthy.
Yep.
You'd have to be. Or crazy.
You're back.
Yeah, is it still flashing? Is it flashing just okay now, or at the top?
Just green.
Just one? Just one?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and turn it off. Push the green button until it stops flashing. Just hold it for a second and it'll stop, and you can leave it there. He's talking about my little spot locator. I've got it on my backpack right now, but every morning and every evening I send a spot location to my wife and lets her know that I'm okay and here's exactly where I am. There's another button on there that I haven't pushed yet that says, come get me quickly, send everyone. And there's a third button on there that says, hey, it's no emergency, but in case you're ever down in North Carolina, come find my body. So one calls out everybody, National Guard and everybody else. That's a $50,000 button. You push that one. The other button just calls your friends and says, hey, I'm having a little trouble, come get me. So fortunately, I've never had to push those. I think someday I might, just to see what the turnaround time is. And when the National Guard shows up, I'm be like, hey, did you guys bring the pizza I ordered? I had it delivered to the flight base where you guys were taking off.
I think that might cost you $50,000.
I think it may be a $50,000 pizza. Question, how do you turn a piece of crap Domino's pizza that's $8 into a $50,000 pie? Answer, go to the middle of the Smoky Mountains, push the spot button after ordering the pizza. It was a cold one this morning.
Okay.
Said it was a cold one this morning.
Yeah, it was.
I did not bring proper attire. Of course, I thought my rain jacket would do a better job than what it did. I'm really disappointed in that. That pretty much let me down. If it was raining today, I'd just be soaked. That'd be the only option.
Yeah, if you put it on.
It's tough to walk by trout.
It is.
Or really any fish for that matter. I'm not that specific. I have to say the spare batteries that I bought for the GoPro are 10 times the batteries that the GoPro batteries are.
Really?
And I've read that from several reviews.
Yeah.
Said that. I've been using one battery.
Huh.
And I recorded the inside of my waders for an hour yesterday.
Sure.
Day before
I
yesterday.
need to watch that.
Yeah, that's going to be riveting video. I may put it on fast forward. What happened? There's part of the buildings. You can see in the distance there the wood. That's an old kiln. They dried wood there. Part of the town of Proctor. The town that was. We learned not to be Judy chopping nothing that don't need Judy chopping. And be careful not to Judy chop and kung fu kick because there's your leg.